of course, I'm also very passionate about.
Right.
Because everybody knows the extent of the impact of an appreciation of the Ghana cedi. I just heard GPRTU requesting that transport fares be reduced. I've seen
by 15%.
Absolutely. I've seen that fuel prices have dropped because the exchange rate is a key component in its calculations. When we met PRC, I requested PRC. I wanted to find out from PRC if the next tariff window was going to be affected positively by the gains we are making now, especially when the last increment, one of the reasons why they increased, according to their statements, was because of the exchange rate volatility. So I wanted to find out. So there are some positive. So I'm not surprised that Kwesi is so passionate about it, and I buy fuel myself and all that. But a certain principle is being established that any good thing that happens whilst you are in government should be attributed to you in government. If that is the case, then let's accept that any bad thing that happens to you in government, irrespective of the length of your stay, people must be magnanimous enough to also accept that. So if currently there's dumsor, if currently our power is erratic, I don't want to hear any government communicator to say that the debt has accumulated over time. Nobody should tell us that. If that is the principle, that the good thing that has happened now, I can take it. But the bad things happening now, no, it started from somewhere. If that is the principle, let's accept it. Then we move on. Today, galamsey is ongoing. I don't want to hear anybody saying that you had 8 years, you couldn't finish it. You couldn't deal with it. We should blame them squarely on the doorstep of the current government. If that is the principle, I'm all for it. I don't have any problem.
What do you think should be the ideal principle?
Me, I don't have any problem if government takes credit.
Okay.
If not for anything at all, I've seen a certain gold purchase agreement that they are having, that we are seeing some impact. But Ankwesi also made a very interesting point that apart from that gold process, there are other things that contribute to this stabilization or appreciation that we are seeing.
External factors.
There's nothing wrong in acknowledging that also. There's nothing wrong with that. That does not take away the benefits that the government should take. That does not take away that.
Okay.
Yesterday, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama was speaking at the Africa EU business summit.
Yes.
He said our current appreciation of the Ghana cedi, one of the key components as a result of our gross reserves, international reserves. And he quotes that currently we have about 10 billion.
Yeah.
And he himself, His Excellency, said he inherited 8.98 billion. How do you say it?
Right.
So if your reserve now is contributing to the appreciation of the cedi, and the big man himself is saying that currently it's 10 billion. However, he inherited 8.98 billion. Is that not an acknowledgement of the effort by the previous government?
And that's why I'm asking you. What principle do you stand for?
Coming. There's nothing wrong in taking credit.
Right.
I'm saying that they are in power. When they came, it was about $15 to $16
Yes.
per one cedi.
Yes.
Now it's almost 12 for something.
Yes.
Yes. Politically, you can take credit for it. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't have a problem if they take credit for that.
Okay.
But I'm saying once you take credit for being in government for 5 months and seeing this appreciation, you should also take the blame when there's a problem.
All right. Fair point.
Fair point. Don't come and say that what is happening now, it started from somewhere. No problem. And I'm saying His Excellency John Dramani Mahama himself, yesterday, attributed the appreciation, one of the reasons for the appreciation, to the reserve that they have. And he himself is saying that he inherited 8.98 billion. Now it's 10 billion, which means they've added less than 2 billion.
Right.
I'm not sure it is the addition they've added. That's why we're having this appreciation.
2.5 billion.
Absolutely. But it's because of what has been piled up over the years. So he himself has acknowledged that some efforts were made. Gold reserve. From the Bank of Ghana data themselves, Bank of Ghana data, they say they've added less than 1 ton. Currently, we have 31.37. They inherited 30.53. Is that not acknowledgement that some effort have been made. But I'm saying that, yeah, you can take credit. There's nothing wrong with that. They are in power.
But clearly, let me ask you this, Collins. Clearly, from what the president has said,
yes,
he probably belongs to a school of thought that believes that what has been done, which was good in the past, see it. And what has also been done, which was bad in the past, see it. Because consistently, you are talking about how the president is talking about what he had inherited,
yes,
what has been bequeathed to him.
Yes.
And you mentioned, for instance, the gold purchases policy,
yes,
which it says, this is what I inherited and this is what I've added.
yes.
But you initially, even before you said this, acknowledging what the president has said, you were saying that what is the principle? Is it that are you accepting liabilities and the assets when you take over from a regime?
I wanted to establish.
Or you pick and choose, or you nitpick.
Listen, I wanted to establish that principle because
okay,
others are reluctant to accept the fault.
Okay.
But they are quick to enjoy the positives.
Yeah, but that's you. Look, the two political parties are guilty for this.
Oh my God,
you're guilty of this.
Bro, we are having a discussion here.
Yes.
You brought up the point that there's a debate between the two top leaders.
Yes.
Our former vice president.
Yes. Oh, who should be commended?
Who should be commended? The former vice president. I don't think he was given a lecture.
Yeah.
I think he met the MPP group, and then he talked
it's
about
the Young Executive Forum.
Absolutely. And his point was that within this 5 months, he has not seen any significant policy.
In fact, it's a singular policy.
Absolutely. That's him.
Yes.
I think that the gold board purchase agreement is one policy that is helping this particular.
Yes, the gold purchase policy.
I think so.
Yes.
I think so that it has brought some more liquidity into the system because there's a cycle. They give you the money, you buy the gold, they sell, and so there's kind of liquidity in the system. That is a policy by this government. But clearly, it is not just that policy that has brought the appreciation. And just as Uncle said, the trade war in the US globally is making the dollar itself weakened. That is one thing that is causing the appreciation we have here. Mr. Mahama himself, His Excellency, is talking about the reserves and the fact that they've added 2.5. And I'm saying that it's not just the 2.5 that has helped this appreciation. It's because he inherited 8-point-something billion, he has added 2.5. It is my hope that if within 5 months he's been able to add 2.5, it is my hope that if he continues that way, we may even be seeing a further drop in the. So for me, it's not about who should take the blame or who should not take the blame. They are in government. I'm happy about what I'm seeing. I don't have any problem acknowledging that a few months ago, a colleague friend of mine said, Collins, I needed 1.5 million or 1.6 million to buy $100,000. Just last week, I bought it at 1.3. There's a 300,000 difference. That is significant. I went to the pump. The fuel price have gone down. That is significant. Why shouldn't I be happy about it? And I don't have any problem if the government in power wants to take the credits for that. No problem, they are in power.
Right.
But I'm saying that once you take the credit, also be prepared to take the negative.
Okay.
Because then you cannot argue that, oh, you buy 5 months until we can't take care of them. So, no, you cannot tell us that.
Right.
Once you've been able to appreciate the Cedi, you should be able to stop them. So take credit when it is due and accept the blame when necessary. That's all.
but even with the issue about dumsor, I've heard John Jinapor several times say that yes, they take full responsibility for what has happened, but it is also important that Ghanaians are kept abreast on where we are coming from.
Listen, Mr. John Jinapor was on this show.
Yes.
While I was coming here, I was watching some of the sound bites. He was here. He said within 100 days, I can send you the video. Within 100 days, he said they understand the problem. They have briefed their presidential candidate. He understands the enormity of the problem. They know the debt situation. In fact, he even argued on that show here that when they come within 100 days, they'll reinforce all the energy sector debts and give it to government so that the books of all the energy sector players will be clean. He said it here. Madam for
right.
I'm saying here. He said it here. Now you are making the point. That's why that's what brought this in. So for me, I understand that he has a clear understanding of the sector. So now he shouldn't be telling me that they've been in power for five months. Especially when people are saying that they've been in power for 5 months, they've been able to appreciate the dollar. Well, if you've been able to appreciate the dollar, thank God. Then accept the blame when it's due.
JJ has appreciated the enormity of the tax.